Breaking news tonight, 4 people have been killed in an overnight house fire in Kitsap County, including a toddler and an infant. One man was able to make it out. The fire is now out tonight, but there are still a lot of questions. Now, this fire broke out just before 4 a.m. at a home on Castlewood Drive, just outside of Port Orchard. King 5's Ryan Takeo is there live now at 5 with new details that have just developed within the last few minutes. Ryan, what do we know?
Yeah, just in the last few minutes, we've learned out that there have been 4 victims in this fire. We're bringing in Public Information Officer with Kitsap Sheriff, Scott Wilson. So thank you very much for the update and bringing it to us on our live stream. So I'm just wondering, so let's start back at the beginning. Okay. What did the folks who came here, what did they see at the very beginning?
Right, first responding agency, South Kitsap Fire and Rescue, found a fully engulfed residential structure. Fire. This is a 2-story home. It was so severe that they had to request additional assistance from other fire agencies.
2-alarm fire.
2-alarm fire.
So there were several hours that passed where you couldn't get inside. Why was that?
The structure was unstable. The exterior framing and the second floor flooring and the roof, which had partially collapsed, was unstable to the point where we did not want to take the chance of having firefighters or fire marshals or sheriff's detectives go inside without having additional assistance. So we requested a reconstruction firm that would come in and shore up the building to make it safe enough for us to go in.
They ended up doing that. So the fire started just before 4 a.m. and it was about 3:30 that investigators were able to get inside. And what did they find?
We have found the remains of 4 persons. A toddler, young boy, okay, I know we're lying. A young girl, a young boy, both youngsters, okay?
Yeah.
We've an adult female we believe in her early 60s, an adult male in his late 30s.
You said that there was an incident last winter where there's a fire like this, but anytime something like this happens, mm-hmm. It's just awful. I mean, how has the last 12 hours been like for you and for the department here?
Well, it's one of those situations where we're trained and we put our brains basically and our emotions in neutral, do the job we have to do, deal with our emotions following this. We have peer support, we have chaplains, we have other professional help that's available for those who are experiencing issues that related to investigations.
The gentleman in his 60s, early 60s, we believe that all these folks are related, right?
Believe so, yes.
So the gentleman got out. You imagine he's the grandfather to the
It's our understanding that there is a familiar relationship between the deceased persons and the person who did manage to escape. He was taken to Harrison Medical Center. He has now been discharged after being treated in the emergency room.
Is there anything suspicious about? I hate to ask it, but you know, I mean, that's a question that people are going to have.
And that's a logical question. The Fire Marshal's office has not determined a cause of the fire at this point in time. They are just now starting their investigation. The primary focus here was making that structure safe to get in and search for any persons who may be inside. Now we're starting the investigation with regard to the cause of fire and why.
Still going to be a long night. I appreciate it, Deputy.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, your microphone is still on, so know that. But we're going to send it to a next-door neighbor who says that he was woken up just before 4 o'clock this morning to the sound of his neighbor screaming.
Because I looked up, cable box said 346. And that's when I really got upset, thinking, what are those kids doing out there yelling and screaming? Then I go out.
And John Spillinger said he saw his next door neighbor, a man in his 60s, who just escaped the fire.
And then when I looked, I saw the flames. I was like, holy crap.
John said his neighbor told him his family was trapped inside. And the neighbor tried grabbing a garden hose to fight the fire.
Grabbed his hose and started it. And then next thing you know, like I said, it went up quick. Very quick. And then you see flames out the back. I just look at the house and I think, oh God, you know, it's just terrible.
And when I talked to that neighbor, John, this afternoon, he did not know the answers that we just got in the last 10 minutes or so. In the minds of the public information officer here, they believe at this point, though it's not 100% confirmed, that these 4 family members all knew each other. They're working off the belief that it's a grandmother, a parent, and then grandchildren, an infant and a toddler. The man in his 60s, believed to be the grandfather, is out of the hospital he went to the hospital with some smoke inhalation injuries. I'm just going to get out of the way real quick, and Emily, if you can, I don't know if you can see the fire and just how badly burned it was. We showed you the picture just at the top of this newscast, and so you saw just how quickly that fire spread, and that is what that neighbor, next door neighbor John, told us as well, that the fire is basically like a tinderbox. We'll stay here on scene, provide as many details as we can, but for now, we're going to send it back to you. We're in Kitsap County. I'm Ryan Takeo, King 5 News.
All right, Ryan, thank you.